Hey guys, this will be part 3 of What If Izuku Was a True Hero. Now we come back from when Nezu said, "You guys will be in class 1A." And she goes like, "Alright, already then. How many days until the first day of school for this?" And Nezu goes like, 2 or 3 days? And Izuku was like, alright. So, when are we gonna get our uniforms? And Izuku was like, I almost forgot about that. Here you are. And he says, be back in a moment. When he comes back, here you are, your uniforms. And Izuku goes like, thank you, and he got them. Then he heads to Tomura, Toga, and Dabi and give them their uniforms. And they ask, are these the uniforms? And Izuku goes like, yes. Now, we're going to be training for 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 more days before the school starts. And we're like, alright. And 2 or 3 days later, we find Izuku meditating and having 82% of his brain power unlocked. So he can slightly levitate something. But not completely yet. So be ready for that. And we get to it's the morning of on the 3rd day of that low break, Zuko, on that day, he makes a special dinner for all of them. Basically, think of the one thing I would taste the most. Would be the most delicious. Basically, imagine that. But a little bit more fancy. And she pretty much calls the game and goes like, time, Toga, Dabi, it's time to eat. And they all calm down and they go like, thanks, Izuku. And Toga just goes like, thank you, Izuku-kun. And Izuku just goes like, it's alright, now come eat. I made it a little bit more for just in case we need the energy for tomorrow. And they all go like, thank you. And Izuku goes like, now, let's eat. Now, we get to the next day in the morning, and Izuku wakes up first, makes breakfast, and he waits a little bit for them to wake up. And they all wake up around 8 hours before that school day started. And Izuku goes like, you guys are finally awake. Now come on, eat the breakfast so we can get ready for the school. And they're like, alright, and they do so. Now we get to them heading to school, but just doing parkour to get in there. Because why the heck not? And when they get there, they just jump in front of the gates and just walk through. And everybody looks at them curiously, but they don't think about it too much. Now all 4 of them go like, now let's get to 1A real quick. And Izuku goes like, alright, just follow me because I know where 1A is. And they go like, alright. And this they would be the first people in class because they got up very early. Now, we get to them getting to get what A? And Izuku being like, alright, we're in. Now, let's head in and get into our seats. And they're like, alright. And then you'll sit down. One seat being, and Izuku being somewhere in the middle of the classroom in the seats. And there being one spot. Actually, no. He would be in the corner. And the three of them surrounding, basically being in the surrounding seats. Turn around in the front, Dobby right beside him, and Toga being diagonal from him. And Izuku says in his mind to them, I sense our teacher, so we might want to just talk to ourselves very quietly. Because I think he's asleep. And they go, okay, that seems okay, isn't a bad idea. Because I don't think we would want our teacher to get mad on the first day. So let's just wait for the others to get here. And they're like, alright. Now we get to when everybody else gets there. And the four of them are just talking to themselves. Bakugo does not barely recognizes him. And Bakugo says in his mind, where have I seen him before? Ida just sees the sword and goes like, well, just argues with Bakugo. Mina says thank you to Izuku. Izuku just says, it's no problem. That's what a true hero would have done. Heck, any hero would have done that if they wanted to. Staring at some people in that classroom, especially Ida. And he just continues talking with his group, and it goes like, do you mind if I sit near you guys? And she goes like, I don't mind. I don't know about my friends though. And they all say, it's fine. And Izuku goes, and Mina goes like, thanks. And she sits pretty much right beside Helga and starts talking to them as well. And Izuku goes like, too many people are allowed in this class. And Izuku says in a low tone about where all four of them would be able to hear him. I think we should shut up now. The teacher's about to wake up. And Mina goes like, wait, the teacher's here? And Izuku goes like, yes, he is right over there. And Mina looks there and she goes, see in that yellow thing? And Izuku goes like, that's a sleeping bag. Mina goes like, oh. No, shut up. And no, we should shut up. He should be getting up in 5, 4, and he just shut up and keeps counting down with his fingers. And when his finger gets to 1 and he closes his fist, Aizawa wakes up. And Mia in her head goes like, how? And Izuku in her mind just says, let's just say I'm able to figure out how when people wake up. And she looks over at him and says, you can read my mind? And Izuku goes like, I'm the best at reading minds. The other three are not the best, but I could read other people's minds easily. Other three, you three can't. And Mina goes like, okay. And she just, and Aizawa says his thing, but you notice that 5 people were just being silent, just went silent for a few seconds after he woke up, before he woke up. But he didn't realize that they were actually talking really quiet, so he definitely didn't realize that they were talking at all. Then Aizawa just says, put on these uniforms and meet me on the training field. And Izuku, well, all 4, Izuku, Toga, Tomura, and Dabe just go to the changing rooms, and as soon as Mina sees those 4 leave, well, as soon as she sees those 4 about to leave, Mina just follows them. And Izuku just got like, that's a whole year. Why? I'm gonna close that up. And he closes it up. And Toga in the mind goes like, same as Izuku. Pretty much all 3 of them say same mode as Izuku. And when all the boys get in there, and when Kirishima sees Izuku's muscles, and his muscles look like pretty much look like a compressed version of Yujiro Hama, which he's from which I forgot the name of that anime, but he is basically in that anime he is called the ogre, and Kirishima goes like, whoa, what type of training did you do to get that? And Izuku just says, demon amount of training. With your type of body, you will not be able to handle it. I have trained my body since I was a little boy, so you will not be able to handle it. And Kirishima goes like, really? And Izuku just gets the uniform on and walks out with pretty much Mina, Toga, Dabi, and Tomura going after him. We're coming out after him, and Izuku goes like, so what is the first thing we're gonna be doing? And Aizawa goes like, ball throw. And Izuku goes like, toss the ball to me then, since I got the highest score. And Aizawa goes like, "You're right." And he throws the ball towards him, and Izuku just, with his lowest amount of speed, catches it very easily. Which to Aizawa just looks like, well, at this moment, Aizawa just sees his hand moving at his normal speed. Well, at his Zuku's speed just looks like, it just looks like that. His hand just lit. You got the ball in 1 second. That's how fast his hand was going. Now what we get to when the rest of all the students get there, and Suga goes like, "Alright, so where do I have to throw the ball at?" And Aizawa points to the circle, and Izuku goes like, "Thank you." And he goes to the circle, and he says, "I have to stay in the circle, correct?" Aizawa goes like, "Yes, I'll throw the ball." And Izuku goes like, "How strength are full?" And Aizawa thinks about it for a second, and he goes like, "Half." And Izuku goes like, "Alright then." Everybody but Toga, Dabi, and Tomura think he's not gonna get that far. Well, Shima thinks he's gonna get somewhere around 50 or 100 meters, and as you could just chucks it at half strength in it. There's just wind pressure coming or flowing around him. As soon as he throws the ball, and everybody is shocked except the three. I mean, it goes like, that's how strong he is at half strength. How about full? And Aizawa's thing says infinity. And Aizawa says infinity. Because it just went all the way to Mars and just touched the surface of Mars. And Izuku goes like, by the calculations of how far I threw it in the direction I threw it, you probably touch Mars. And so it goes like, "Are you sure?" And he goes, Izuku goes like, "I'm sure. I've only someone who could see the ball directly could figure out where it went, which I'm pretty sure none of you can, unless you somehow can track it." How many balls do you have left? And as I goes like, "We have like 100 left." And Izuku goes like, "Yeah, I think that's enough." Now everybody else goes next, and pretty much Toga, Dabi, and Tomura get the same thing as Izuku. And Oraga obviously gets the same thing for that. And for the rest of the test, Izuku, to figure out how the squeezing thing, as soon as he grips his hand around it, it crushes. As soon as he grabs it, and it crushes immediately. Pretty much all the tests he gets first place. Then after all the tests, Izuku just walks up to Aizawa and asks, Aizawa, how do you use your scarf? I would like to know. And Aizawa tells him, and Izuku goes like, would you be able to teach me? I would really like to be able to use that in combat. And Aizawa agrees, and he teaches him that scarf technique that Aizawa uses. Now we get to the next day, where Izuku just it's heroes versus villains, and Izuku and oh my god, like oh my gosh, and everybody but Toga, Abe, Tomura, and Izuku just go like, oh my god, it's anime, and those four just go like, oh my need, and Izuku just goes like, nice. And All Might just has a sweat drop when he just sees those four. And oh my god, like today we'll be doing hero versus villains. A hero versus villains exercise. And they all go like, Bakugo just smiles because he likes to fight. Then Mike says, who is a hero without a costume? And boxes come out of the wall and all the costumes except those four costumes. And they ask, where are your guys' costumes? And he just goes like, give me a second. He snaps his fingers, and their costumes just come from a portal. He snaps his fingers when that happens. Now let's change. And the four of them just walked towards the dressing rooms, and they change into their hero costumes. Now we get to when all are outside, and this one we're gonna make it so Aizawa's there as well. And Aizawa goes like, so that's what you want. And Aizawa in his mind goes like, so that's what you want me to teach him that scarf technique I have. And Zuko goes like, so what's the rules for this? And All Might says the rules, and he picks the teams. It's gonna be changed up a little bit for Izuku's match. It's gonna be Izuku and Toga versus Dabi and Tomura. And Izuku is on the Izuku and Toga are gonna be on the villain side. Right, no, swap that. Toga and Izuku are gonna be on the hero side, while Tomura and Dabi are on the villain side. And Izuku goes like, alright, you should go on. We'll do any fighting we need to do. And they go like, alright. And Toga asks, Izuku kind of wants to fight. And Izuku goes like, so we got confused though. Since we don't know our own special we don't know each other's weaknesses. Only I know your guys' weaknesses, so yeah. You guys don't know mine, but I know all of yours. So yeah. And Tucker goes like, so what are we doing? Easy. First, he explains the plan, and Tucker goes like, that. And he goes like, oh, also, here. He cuts his hand a little bit, and it makes it so she can easily disguise herself as him. And she goes like, are you sure? And Izzy goes like, to confuse them, yes. We need to use everything to our advantage. And Tucker was like, okay then. Then all my guys like, here's no can now go in, and Ezekiel and Toga activate their plan, and Ezekiel basically turns the whole basically makes the whole building go dark. And Ezekiel uses his skills to first he goes for obviously since he knows he'll be the more dangerous for one. Well, they're equal dangerous, but he knows Dolly mostly uses long range. And Thermal uses a short range, so he goes for Dobby first. And he knocks him out by neck chop. And he goes for Tamara. There's him in there. He tries to, but Tamara sees it coming and goes to punch him, but Izuku jumps into the darkness, so Tamara can barely see him. Then Izuku goes straight at him, and it looks like he has a black like fist, a black like armor surrounding his fist. And it looks like it has some flames on it. And Tamara goes like, what the heck is that? And he the time to charge it, and he gets KO'd. Then Izuku snaps his fingers, and the lights come back. And Izuku taps the bomb, and oh my god, your team wins. And Izuku goes like, easy. Kind of easy for us. And Toga goes like, hooray. And Izuku goes like, alright, you can get out now. Let's run down to the classroom. And she got like, okay. Then we get to the end of the day, and Izuku goes like, alright. Well, at least we'll be able to spend time together with all of them going like, yeah, we haven't had just fun in a long time since all of that vigilante work. They're taking that in their minds. And Izuku goes like, alright, let's head back to the building now. We made our home. Like, alright. And they sprint off to it. And now the students figure Mina tries to find him, but she can't. But then Izuku goes like, Mina. And she goes like, ah! And Izuku Zuko goes like, hey, calm down. I'm just talking to you through your mind. Anyway, if you want to find us, go to the back of the UA building. You'll find an iron building. That's where we're at. And Mina goes there. And Mina goes like, you guys live here? And Zuko goes like, yeah, we used to live in the woods. So yeah. And Mina goes like, cool. So, wanna do something? And Zuko just goes like, you can join us for some fun. We haven't had some fun in a while, so yeah. And it's just okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make this a little bit short because I can't think of any ideas. Then we get to this next morning, and before the day end, yes, last time, the day before, Mina asked her parents if she could stay with friends, and they said yes, and I was able to stay with Zuko and the other three. Now we could do that to the morning, and Zuko just wakes them up. It was like, guys, wake up, we need to get to school. They get to school. Then Zoe tells his little class, today we'll be heading to the USJ, and that's where I'm at off. Now, tell me, this YouTube channel, the only animes I'll be able to do what is on is Naruto and My Hero Academia. So if you have any ideas for My Hero Academia or Naruto, tell me. Anyway, if you like this video, like and subscribe for more, and adios.